What if that feeling of being ready is really what's holding you back from success? Welcome to Why the Fuck Not, where we dive into those moments of fear and doubt, and it's all about pushing through and adopting that mindset of why the fuck not. My name is Lucky De Jesus, and I'm here to share stories and experiences along the way. This podcast is here to help you take bold leaps into fitness, personal growth, development, life, and really just helping you establish that why the fuck not mindset. Today, we're really going to talk about my very first fight in Muay Thai and just really taking that initial action of like, I really, really enjoy the sport of Muay Thai. I did jiu-jitsu at the same time for about 2 to 3 months, going there 5 days a week. But I know my history. I tend to burn myself out. I tend to injure myself. So what do I want? Do I want to continue doing Muay Thai or did I want to continue doing jiu-jitsu? I ended up really focusing more on Muay Thai because initially that's what I signed up for. And because of that, I really focused on honing my skills in Muay Thai. And I really wanted to take myself to a whole nother level, right? And the way I did that was like, I want to fight. But I've heard a lot of people in the gym talking like, I want to train at least 2 years before I step into my first fight. I want to get better. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Why the fuck not? Let's sign up for my first fight. So 3 months in of training, again, 3 months of training, I signed up for my first fight. So I started training in January, decided I'm going to fight in March. And then my actual fight was in May. My first fight was 5 months of training. I did tell the coach, I enjoy this a lot. Is there some sort of competition or anything like that? And it wasn't so much that he blew it off. I'm sure there's a lot of people who start off 1 week in, 2 weeks in saying, yeah, I want to fight. I want to fight. So he's probably jaded hearing that often and not actually fighting. I was talking to another gym member there. He pointed out PMT, points Muay Thai bouts. And basically, you're supposed to go anywhere from 60 to 70%. It's a no knockout competition. You're wearing headgear, shin guards, cup, all the stuff that you need in Muay Thai, gloves and stuff like that. There's just no elbows and no knockouts. So he's telling me this. I'm like, that's what I need. I want to get into this. I want to challenge myself. So that day, I went home, figured out a date on their website and signed up. And I told my coach who I worked with in the morning, hey coach, you know what? I'm signing up for my first fight in May. He's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. So I really want to start honing in my skills here. And because of that, because of taking the action, even before I was ready, I put myself out there, signed up for my very first fight, setting that goal of I've already put money into this. I've registered. I've let it be known on social media that I've signed up for my very first fight, that the way I trained changed. The way I'm focused on strikes, the way we went a little bit harder, all that started to change because I took action. I took action on signing up and not waiting until I'm ready to compete. Because now your mindset shifts. For me, when the coach and I would be sparring and I noticed that he's landing a certain punch, after that round, I'm like, hey, coach, I noticed you kept doing this. What am I doing wrong? And then we go over it. So then I'd improve because now I'm not getting hit as often with that same move. But then he'll do something else. I get that feedback. Hey, coach, you started doing this now. What am I doing wrong? How can I avoid that? And then we slowly started scaling, getting better, going longer, going harder. And eventually, I think we did like 8 to 10 rounds, 3 minutes with 30 seconds break in between before my very first fight. It was phenomenal. Again, my skill in Muay Thai went from here and just hockey sticked up. And it was just because I took that action of making a commitment to signing up for that fight. Now, it didn't go as well. I think I mentioned that in the first episode or so. If you want to listen to that, it's one of my earlier episodes and audio may not be as great. And same thing with the video, but hey, I got started, right? I took action. That's what it's all about. But at the same time, I wasn't too happy with that win. So again, took another action, signed up for another fight, signed up for personal one-on-one training with my coach to hone in my skills for match number 2. And I think that was 3 months later. I dropped a weight and now I was fighting the 150 pounds. So I weighed in about 148. And that was the fittest I've ever been in the longest time. And I trained so hard to focus on my hands that during the actual fight itself, my second fight, the first round was really, I'd say 97% all hands. I can hear one of my coaches that was cornering for me, throw those kicks, kick, kick, kick in the video. And then the second round, sure enough, I started blending them all together. I wasn't sure if I was going to sign up for a third fight for that year, but you know what? I took action and signed up for my third fight 10 months in. So at that fight, I've only had 10 months of training. No, I'll take that back. It's 12 months of training because it was in December, I think. And boy, did I earn that win. That was one win that I am very proud of. I may throw up some clips here and there of the actual fight itself, but I trained hard. Coach Leo really increased the level of intensity during our sparring match. He started throwing those body shots and work and understand like, hey, I got to keep my elbows in tucked tight. We went, I think, even up to 10 rounds at one point, 30 seconds in between 3-minute rounds. And dude, I was prepared for that fight. And a long story short, in regards to that fight, it was a TKO with 10 seconds left in the round. The dude's nose started to pour. Honestly, it was a good fight. For me, it felt like a movie. Time slowed down. I would land a clean 1-2, and as I punched him, I landed with that cross. I can see spit fly off to one side, and in my mind, at that instant moment, I see that spit just like fly out. Everything slowed down, and in that moment, I can remember myself saying, "Holy shit, this is fucking badass," because it felt like a movie. And then again, I landed another 1-2 combo, and just the other side spit started going out. And again, this is all because I took action. I did it before I was ready. And because you take action and do stuff before you're ready, you're going to start working differently. You're going to start training differently. You're going to start preparing for meetings differently. You're going to start reaching out to your clients differently because you are taking more action before you are ready. And because of that, you are going to level yourself up so much better because you're taking that initial action. You're making a commitment to yourself. I'm setting this date. This is when I need to be ready. So now in the back of your head, every step that you do becomes more intentional and it is to your goal. And you're taking those actions to make sure you are ready. You'll be ready when you get there at your goal. But at the same time, you're always improving, you're always growing. If you felt like that was very helpful for you and you feel like this can help someone you know out, please share, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you can. Again, this is all about developing that why the fuck not mentality where you're looking at these hurdles, these objections, these challenges in front of you and just saying, you know what, why the fuck not? Let's get this done. Until next time, have a good day.